We're about to get to my 7-round mock draft here momentarily. And if you want a 7-round Cowboys mock draft with trades, then share this video on social media, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And you can also let me know how I did on this mock draft. Today's Cowboys Report is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping on all of the incredible men's grooming products at manscaped.com when you use promo code COWBOYS at checkout. That is the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the Ultra Premium Collection, the Performance Package. Everything is on sale when you use promo code COWBOYS. Let's get then to my latest 7-round mock draft. First up, some players who went off the board in round 1. Some of them hurt. The Eagles boned me twice. Tyler Linderbaum and Derek Stingley, 16 and 19. I hate that. That's not great. Zion Johnson at 17 to the Chargers. Drake London and Chris Olave off the board at wide receiver. So with the way the board fell, really came down to 2 players. Ended up not being that hard for me in the end. I'm going to go with Kenyon Green, the interior offensive lineman out of Texas A&M, who entering the combine was most people's offensive guard 1, and now some have Zion Johnson, and those guys are neck and neck for me. Only one was there. Green did play all over the offensive line at A&M. He will likely be best at left guard, and I would be surprised if he's better anywhere else. His athletic ability, his traits, his play style all fit better at the left guard spot than, say, tackle. And Green really did play everywhere on the O-line. His numbers are actually pretty astounding when you consider this fact. In 3 consecutive games last year at Texas A&M, Kenyon Green got a start at right guard, and then left guard, and then left tackle. That's really friggin' tough to do, even at the college level. Larry Warford is my player comparison here for Kenyon Green. The other guy that I was strongly considering here was Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. I really thought about going receiver there, but we, of course, heard from Stephen Jones himself say, yeah, unless someone special's there, we're going to take offensive line. I don't know if they consider Burks quite inside that conversation. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to go offensive guard there in round 1 because, damn, I need help. So what do you think? Who do you want to draft in round 1 this year? Is it Green? Somebody else altogether? Let me know. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Round 2, this hurt. I'm not going to lie. I was planning to go receiver in round 2. Not only did a bunch of the good receivers go off the board, Sky Moore, George Pickens, etc., the edge rushers really, and quickly too, got picked off. Not George Pickens, but the edge rushers went gone. Ajabo, Boye Mafe, Sam Williams. All of a sudden, there were 2 edges that I liked and a couple more receivers. So I said, okay, let's gamble on a receiver or 2 sliding. I'm going to go edge here. And I'm going to go with actually the one I like more than most of these guys that went before there, Arnold Ebiketie out of Penn State. He's not Micah Parsons. Don't look at just the Penn State, but he had a major breakout year after transferring from Temple. It is very rare that you see a player go from G5 to Power 5 and basically double his level of production. That is astoundingly rare, and it makes me feel really good about Ebiketie as a future NFL player. Long arms, great athletic ability. Power's a bit lacking. That's okay. He's going to be opposite DeMarcus Lawrence long-term for me, and his production was awesome at Penn State. I got a player comp for you guys here as well. How about Harold Landry? Now, maybe not quite the same level long-term, but we're talking similar draft ranges and athletic profiles as well. I misspoke earlier. There were some receivers on the board for me. Christian Watson was there. George Pickens was there. Jalen Petrie, Travis Jones. The edge group was really thinned out. I didn't think anyone was going to slide further along for me, so I wanted to make sure I took an edge because the Cowboys have told you they still want edge rusher help. And I actually think Ebiketie could sneak in the back end of round 1. So that was the value for me as well. Today's show is powered by Manscaped. 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. This is the perfect package, much like the Cowboys Report, but this is serves a much different role than anything else. Manscaped.com. Use promo code Cowboys for 20% off and free shipping. That's the perfect package and the performance package. A little bit extra goodies there as well. There's a wide array of products at manscaped.com. So go check it out and use promo code Cowboys for 20% off and free shipping. Don't delay. It'll lead to some more success off the field. Like your boy who has a 4-month-old daughter, there is a direct correlation between Manscaped coming on and that happening. That's not an accident right there. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. All right, some round 3 guys off the board. Myjai Sanders was gone. The receivers also went in between my round 2, round 3, including David Bell, Romeo Doubs, Pickens, Watson. A bunch of receivers got sniped from me, which hurt, I'm not going to lie. It didn't go the ideal way for me in round 2 or in round 3. However, I got a little fun player at number 88. That's Calvin Austin III out of Memphis. Is he small? Yes. Austin is a very, very tiny person. Despite being under 5'8", 170 pounds, he tested like an elite athlete. That factors in the size. And he brings something this team doesn't really have. And that's speed. Both deep speed and short area quickness. I think late third round really, is very proper value. You know, he's kind of built like Marquise Goodwin. And also like that Chiefs-Dolphins receiver that we're never going to compare players to because that's not fair. So we're going with Marquise Goodwin there. Now, Austin also offers punt return value, which I think matters. If you want to play Lamb in the slot, I think you could give Austin outside receiver reps as well, just like Marquise Goodwin did and other similar electric receivers have. He's never going to contest the catches. Never going to. All the issues that come with not being big apply to Austin. But third round, I love it. I almost picked the Boise kid, by the way, because you know how the Cowboys love those guys. I will say what surprised me was Kingsley Enagbare fell to round 3. Now, I don't love him that much. I want more pass rush juice. Thought about tight end, too, with Jeremy Ruckert. But I think, and this is the gamble I'm taking here, I think in the 4th round, there will be a good tight end for me on the board. So what do you think is the biggest need right now for the Dallas Cowboys? Is it offensive line? It's mine. Is it receiver? Tackle? Tight end? Let me know in the comments section. All right, sniped with 2 tight ends. 125, Jelani Woods off the board, and 127, Cade Otton, both of whom the Cowboys have shown very real interest in for this year's draft class. Here's the good news. Not all of the tight ends were gone. Iowa State's Charlie Kolar is the pick here at number 129. And this is a great example for me of why studying players and closely watching their film is so important beyond just watching them live. I miss things all the time in my live watching as opposed to the film study. I didn't think Kolar was that great of an athlete watching live. I'm an idiot. Totally wrong on that front. He, shows up on film, tested great at the combine, and even like studying closely, I'm like, actually, you know what? Iowa State used him more as a slot receiver than they did as an inline tight end, which feels significant from that standpoint. Now, Kolar was great. He was highly productive despite being dealing with a bad QB. He's not great as a pass blocker yet. I think there's limited run after catchability. That sounds like Zach Ertz to me from the athletic standpoint, from the skills, strengths, and weaknesses. Not saying he'll be as good, but that's the comparison from a play style standpoint, which was good because there were no other tight ends on the board. I almost done messed up there real bad, folks, but we got lucky. Others on the board, 2 kind of sort of edges. Jesse Luketa is a linebacker edge hybrid. Nick Cross, if you want to go safety. John Ridgeway, a potential defensive tackle, help stop the run. Dominique Robinson. I like 4th round tight end options. Glad there was one there, or else this would have been a not fun mock draft. Now, if you want daily Cowboys videos and weekly live shows, including the upcoming live Cowboys fan-led mock draft, then subscribe. YouTube.com/Cowboys TV if you want those daily and weekly Cowboys videos for you. All right, round 5. We'll go quicker here because these are not household names. I'm actually higher on most than Zach Tom. Not a name bias thing, by the way. He was really good at Wake Forest as a left tackle. Tested awesome at the Combine. He's a 3-year starter. I like him in pass protection more so than run blocking. He is a little bit light. He's a tweener. I get that. Some think he's a tackle. Some say he's guard. He's a center. Okay, I will find a spot for him. Maybe it's center for this particular Cowboys team. But doesn't have great power. That's kind of a common trend for a lot of the centers in this year's class. But I think he should be a top 100 pick. I'm getting him here outside top 150. I think that's great value. He can compete with Tyler Biadasz to be my center. And if he doesn't win that job, that's okay. I've got a really good backup interior offensive lineman down the road. Similar testing and frames, not talent. Joel Bitonio. And who also had some similar, like, where does he play in the NFL for Zach Tom. I got a safety. Suck it, producer Brett. Bryan Cook in the 5th round, number 167 overall. I think with all the other great Cincinnati prospects this year, Kobe Bryant, Sauce Gardner, Desmond Ridder, even Jerome Ford, Alec Pierce, Myjai Sanders, Cook's been a little bit overlooked. Now, he's a good tackler and super long wingspan. That is exactly the type of thing that Dan Quinn would love to add in a safety. I think he's being a little bit overlooked by most major media outlets out there. I know NFL.com loves him. I'm not that high on him. I think you're looking at a potential early day 3 sleeper here. No athletic testing. A red flag on film for me, by the way. All right, our another 5th round pick, Max Mitchell out of Louisiana, who I think it's Pro Football Focus loves him. I'm not so sure. He's got good technique. Those Louisiana boys on that offensive line, they are coached really well. Their technique is a lot more polished and advanced than most of the draft prospects you'll come across, and that is also true for Mitchell. I see swing tackle in the NFL. Didn't test that great at the Combine. Was listed sub 300 pounds by Louisiana. Checked in at 307 at the Combine. Did he add too much mass and lose some athletic ability? Maybe. Even in this photo, you can kind of see it's a little bit skinny for a lineman. He did not test like him, but I got some Connor Williams vibes from him. Now, of course, you're getting Connor Williams comparison. Don't take it as an actual talent level, but just like play style and athletic ability in the 5th round. That's a great pick. Potential swing tackle who mostly played right tackle in college, but has also played left tackle and left guard. Danny Gray out of SMU, the local boy. You want more speed, right? Here's one. 4.33 40-yard dash on the juiced-up track this year at the Combine in Indy. Quez Watkins type of receiver for me. There were drop issues for SMU. He doesn't have great power. I love this part. He was listed by SMU at 6'1", 180. Yeah, he's under 6 foot and 186. I love program size. They lie all the time. But he gets to play for his hometown team. I got a 5th round grade on him. Perfect value for me. Final pick coming up. So would you take a kicker/punter here? Now, you're probably not going to take a punter because you signed Brian Anger. But would you go? I'll throw in the Matt Ariza type of conversation here since that always wants to happen regardless of if it makes sense or not. Would you draft a kicker or a punter? Y for yes or N for no? I couldn't do it. Hassan Haskins in round 6, number 193. You could probably stash him if you needed to on the practice squad. Big-time production this past year for the Michigan Wolverines. And why I like him day 3, willing and able pass protector. He's good in that area. Not as good as Kyron Williams of Notre Dame, but he's good there. Wasn't that involved in the 3rd down side. That's a factor there, but he had 20 touchdowns. If you take it back, he's probably not going to play year one. You've got Tony Pollard, you've got Zeke Elliott, plus you also technically have Rico Dowdle. Haskins versus Dowdle for RB3. The loser hopefully is stashed on the practice squad in the end. So grade my mock draft. You can be honest here. A, B, C, D, or F. How do you feel about what I was able to do in my 7-round Dallas Cowboys mock draft? Grade it for me. A, B, C, D, or F. In case you weren't paying attention, let's recap it. Kenyon Green, round 1, plug-and-play left guard out of Texas A&M. Arnold Ebiketie, edge rusher, Penn State. I love the value there at 56. He will be my long-term starter opposite DeMarcus Lawrence and an early down situational pass rusher, or early career pass rusher. Calvin Austin, receiver, got some speed there, 3rd round. Charlie Kolar, well, I don't think you're going to pay Dalton Schultz. There's your long-term tight end, 4th round. Zach Tom, who I actually like a lot. I'm higher on him than most. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about him. And Bryan Cook, 2 sleepers there in the 5th round. Swing tackle Max Mitchell out of Louisiana. Some more receiver speed in Danny Gray. And another offensive player in Hassan Haskins in round 6.